Hey everyone, number 66 on my list of 100 greatest songs of all time is Temptation by New Order. Um, it's funny how you hear a song somewhere, and a lot of the songs I hear before I hear them as a structured or as a whole song are in films or, in ads or whatever sometimes anyway. But there's a scene in Trainspotting, and I saw Trainspotting not that long after it came out. It was probably a couple of years after it came out, so maybe 98, around that. And I remember the scene where Renton is he's going through cold turkey in his room, and the Kelly MacDonald character is sitting on the end of his bed, and she very sweetly sings, "Oh, you've got blue eyes, oh, you've got green eyes, oh, you've got grey eyes, and I never felt quite like you before." Something like that. I got the lyrics wrong, but that was not really the point. I thought it sounded like a lullaby, so I thought that must be some kind of very, very, very old song, very old love song from somewhere. Not knowing that it was a song from 1982 by New Order called Temptation. A few years down the line, I'm kind of exposed to New Order, Joy Division first, I think, and then New Order. And I eventually get around to Temptation, and it's proper monster of a jam song, dance track. It's believed to be kind of their switch from the kind of dark gloom of Joy Division, and after the death of lead singer Ian Curtis, to become the more upbeat sounding New Order. They're not always upbeat, but in this case they certainly are. And the bridge is that, "Oh, you've got blue eyes, oh, you've got green eyes." And when I first heard it, it's like one of those things, holy shit, that's from Trainspotting, kind of the innocence of it, not knowing a classic like this. But, it goes back to what I was talking about a few songs ago about my growing appreciation for things like synths as I was getting older, and things I would have dismissed before. And I would have dismissed New Order when I was young, when I was in my you know, uh, teenage years. I would have been, Nirvana and stuff like that. So New Order weren't something that I would have heard a lot of. But I remember reading in a book, Alex James, the bass player from Blur, talked about how he learned how to play bass guitar, and he sat down listening to Blue Monday over and over again and playing along to it. And then I was looked up because before I do these videos, I look up the tabs and stuff, and I'm like, I wonder what could I pick out guitar wise, bass wise, piano wise about it that I find quite interesting. And obviously, this is kind of difficult to do in this song because it's like synth and stuff, and I don't really have the music, the equipment for it. So I said, "Oh, I'll try the bass." And the bass, Peter Hook is a great bass player, but if he's playing this for 10 minutes, I don't know how his fingers aren't I know his hands are trained and fingers are trained the bass playing, but it's this, okay? So keep in mind, Alex James from Blur was talking about New Order as an influence. Now keep in mind that as I play this, right? If you recognize boys who like girls, who like girls, who like boys, that's essentially what he's doing in the bass line. It's not, I'm sure it's not note for note, but the structure of it is the same. And that's just the way these things work with regards to influence and stuff. But I love when I come across something like that and I can see the through line of those influences or where they can go. And this is it's not, the New Order's most famous song is probably Blue Monday, and they've got a number, I suppose, that you could suggest would be their they're in and around the top five. But I saw them do this a version of this on YouTube from Alexander Palace a few years ago, and it's 10 minutes, about 10 minutes the videos, and it's the most joyous song. When you see the crowd, how they're reacting to kind of maybe their favorite band or one of their favorite bands at least, and what Bernard Sumner does on the guitar. Is it Bernard Sumner or Sumner? I keep mixing up between Sting and but what he does on the guitar, just adding these kind of like little kind of jabs in, and obviously you've got Peter. I don't think Peter Hook's in that video; he's already left. But the bass player is playing that, and then you've got by the way, Stephen Morris, the drummer from New Order and Joy Division, is like incredible. It's not that he's doing anything like John Bonham and moving around the kit like that and playing like little fills and solos, but his hi-hat to snare stuff is some of the most mental drumming you'll ever hear. Even if you go back and watch some of the old clips of Joy Division, his timing is like, and for a drummer, that's pretty important. It shouldn't be just about licks and fills and stuff. Sorry, not licks, but fills. And the speed that he can go from the hi-hat to the snare is incredible. But like, and that's for like, that can be for 10 minutes, 12 minutes. The song is a complete joy. Bernard Sumner said it was about long lost love. And, you know, I don't think he's given enough credit for his lyrics. So in the first verse, heaven, a gateway, a hope, just like a feeling inside, it's no joke. And though it hurts me to see you this way, betrayed by words I've never heard, too hard to say. Up, down, turn around, please don't let me hit the ground. Tonight I think I'll walk alone to find my soul as I go home. That's great lyrics. Each way I turn, I know I'll always try to break the circle that's been placed around me from time to time. I found I've lost some need that was urgent to myself. I do believe, up, down, turn around, please don't let me hit the ground. Tonight I think I'll walk home alone. I'll find my soul as I go home. And then it has the you got grey eyes, blue eyes, grey eyes. It's about like he said, long lost love, but it's about lust, and it's about remembering, or maybe just noticing or seeing that beauty, maybe for the first time, maybe for the last time, and dwelling in that and wondering what's next after that kind of after the love is gone, or even seeing someone in a nightclub. And the music always reminds me of that, like the kind of nightlife. And you see someone in a nightclub and you think they're the most beautiful person you've ever seen, but like you don't approach them. And I think that kind of stands to, like, you've got green eyes, blue eyes, grey eyes, like that you're not even close enough to know what eyes color they have, and you don't approach them, and you probably you live to regret it. We'll say that, like, when you were 17 you didn't go up to that girl you thought was really pretty or something, and it kind of, I think of that when I hear the song, of the idea of lost love, lost opportunities, but it's such a uplifting piece of music that when you think about stuff like that, it's hard to draw the two of them together, but it somehow works. But if you don't know Temptation, like, I say this at the end of every video, but like, always go and listen to the song just to see. You might like it, but it'd be hard not to like Temptation by New Order. Thanks for watching, and see you soon. Bye.